What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Spider-Wave Dr. Octopus, or Doc Ock for short. Here we do have Doc Ock in the packaging. What we're going to do now is take a little break, get him open up, and then we'll have a better look at Dr. Otto Octavius. So stay tuned, everyone. And so here we have Dr. Octopus posed and out of the packaging. Before we have a look at the figure, let's actually take a look at what he comes with. Dr. Ock here does come with 4 accessories. He does come with the 4 tentacles that you see are on his back. He comes with 2 smaller tentacles, and then he also does come with 2 larger tentacles. And you can actually arrange them in any configuration you want. They are solid plastic. They don't have any bendy wire in them, so once they're posed and pegged onto his back, they're kind of set the way they are. You can still rotate them, but there's no getting them facing forward or however you want them. I'm pretty sure if you heat them up with a hairdryer, you can actually manipulate them any way you want. But unfortunately, as it is, this is probably the best you're going to do with him, which isn't a bad look for the figure. It still looks really nice. So with his detailing out of the way, let's actually take a look at his details. And so here we have a closer look at Dr. Octopus, and you can see they did a really good job sculpting his head. I think this is one of the nicest sculpts that we've gotten from Marvel Legends, and it looks so nice. You can't tell because his glasses are in the way, but they actually did sculpt and paint his eyes, so I really do like that. They are glued onto his head, these glasses, so you can take them off. Unfortunately, you don't want to. Why would you even want to do that? And I really do like Dr. Ock's hair. It's actually a separate appliance that they glued in place. You can see how it's a separate, softer piece right here. And I really do like that his hair is softer plastic. The bowl cut just looks so much nicer being a separate piece rather than part of the sculpt. You can see exactly what I'm talking about, how it hangs better. If it was actually sculpted onto his head, it wouldn't look this nice. Moving on to his costume, he is wearing a traditional Dr. Ock costume. He's just wearing the orange jumpsuit with the yellow accents. And it's still a really nice look. It's a really classic looking Dr. Ock, or Doc Ock. You can see his tentacles do peg into his back. Now one thing I want to point out is that it does tell you which side the tentacles go into. You can see that's an X right for the big right tentacle. And then right here, I don't know if you can see it, there's an SR for small right, and of course the left ones are going to have SL and XL, so you can actually know what side they're supposed to go on. You can peg them onto any port that you want. You don't have to peg them on, but if you want to have the right one on the right side, do look for the SR and XR respectively. But I really do love how they just sculpted his suit. You can see it's a really nice jumpsuit and it fits the figure quite well. He's not the biggest figure that we've ever gotten, but he's not small by any means, and I really do love how he's pudgy. He's not overly muscular. He's actually a bigger set fellow, so I do like that. You can see the belt is done nicely well. It's good enough. There are some paint errors on it, but it's perfectly okay. I'm okay with that. His gloves, they appear to be a separate appliance, but they don't rotate. But I do see a seam line right here, and I'm pretty sure that his gloves are a separate piece that plug into the sleeve right there. And then you have his grip hand on here, and then a fist over on this side. Going down to his legs, again, he has these little stocky legs, so that looks really good. Going on to his boots, which are a separate piece, so that actually does rotate, and we'll get onto that when we talk about his articulation. So overall, really loving the way this Dr. Ock looks. So what we're going to do now is actually take a little break and get him posed to a few other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Dr. Octopus posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. And finally, here we have Doc Ock posed next to a Marvel Legends GameStop exclusive Spider-Man and a Marvel Legends Tiger Stripe Wolverine. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually take a look at his articulation. We'll start with his tentacles. Each tentacle actually does have some articulation. Each one can rotate all the way around. Of course, you're going to butt into some of the other tentacles if you do rotate them, so do be aware of that. And then each tentacle has a ball joint in the hand, head, I don't know what to call this. Is it a hand? Is it a head? I don't know, but it has a ball joint. Really doesn't work all too well, but each tentacle does have that. So moving on to the articulation on the figure, he does have a ball joint in the head, so it doesn't really offer too much pivoting or up and down movement, but it does go left and right. He has a hinge in the neck, which does look down and up slightly. Not the best range that we've seen on a Marvel Legends figure, so his head is really limited. Arms on a ball joint go out, only to about that far. They do a full 360, not at all hindered by the tentacles, although depending on how you have them placed depends on how much they're going to hinder his articulation. He has a swivel at the bicep, double bend in the elbow. Doesn't get more than 90 degrees. Actually, it's just a little bit more than 90 degrees, but that's perfectly okay. He is a bigger fellow. He does swivel and hinge at the wrist. No issues there. Then we have a ball joint in the torso, which is probably one of the best that we have on a Marvel Legends figure. You can see he gets a really nice deep crunch. Going back, he'd actually go a little further if he wasn't butting up against the tentacles right there. He does rotate left and right, which works pretty well. He does pivot side to side. Let's see, there we go. So pretty good range of movement just in this ball joint. It's one of the best that we've ever seen in Marvel Legends. Legs do go forward to about there. They go back. They go out pretty far. That's actually better than most Spider-Man figures that we get. He has a thigh swivel, which works pretty well. A little tight on mine. Double bend in the knee. No issues there. He swivels at the boot. Has a hinge in the ankle, which goes up and down. And then forward-facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, really love the way this figure came out. So what we're going to do now is take a little break, get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have Dr. Octopus posed for my final thoughts. Overall, this is a really nice figure, and I do like the way he came out. I would have loved to see Hasbro do rubber tentacles with bendy wire inside them, just so we have better display options for Dr. Octopus. However, he doesn't have them, so you have to make do. I have seen some people actually customize this figure to actually have bendy wire tentacles, and they look perfectly fine to me. I just think the solid plastic ones look good for displays. If you're like me, you're really not going to play around with the figure too much, so having the plastic tentacles actually works better. There are people selling off the tentacles online, so if you want to pick up a second set, you can. I actually went to eBay and purchased a separate set of tentacles, so I actually have 4 short tentacles and 4 long tentacles. If you want to display them and mix and match them, you can, depending on how you want to have them in your collection. And he looks really nice. You can see here he is sporting 4 short tentacles, so I really do like that. I was lucky enough to find this guy at Target for about $20, which is what Marvel Legend figures run. With that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000. I do apologize for the way I sound. I am actually under the weather. So hopefully you like this video. Leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other Marvel Legend videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.